I do care what you do with this information because it is important to our survival as a species. It's important to our planet. It is important for the world.
A user on the Godlike Productions forum posted a conversation between two figures that took place during December 11, 2022. Bill, a few months ago you told me we need to keep an eye on AI, but you didn't get much into it. Then this week you brought it up a lot more. Can you give everyone an update on that? Gideon, yes. The cabal has moved up the timeline on the use of AI in a way I did not expect at all. Bill, what are they doing? Gideon, introducing it to the public for the first time, which I did not think was something they had ready yet. Bill, but we already have AI surrounding us in some form or another, so what do you mean? Gideon, not this kind of AI. Bill, so this is a different type of AI they are introducing. Gideon, yes, it is. It is first important to understand there are two different things we must address. First, there are software-based AI programs. They mainly serve as automation technologies, like self-driving cars, or even simple customer support chatbots. In some cases, it is utilized to process data. None of that is a threat at all. It will never become sentient or fully replace human ingenuity, but this is where we see the concern focused. We see people talking about it, but not talking about what is the true threat. The true threat is that something is being brought into this world that the cabal will call AI, but it is not. Bill, so what is it? Can you give an example? How will it be different from these rudimentary forms of AI? Gideon, the public is now getting a glimpse of it. You would want to reference the project known as OpenAI and ChatGPT. Also, Midjourney is very important, too. These interfaces are being brought to the public now. You need to realize they are not computer software. They portals, and people are going to see and experience things with them and confuse them with computer software. This is incredibly dangerous, because people will make a false assumption about the information these programs are giving them. Bill, can I take a moment to look these things up? Gideon, certainly. Bill, can I write you back in a few minutes? I've never heard of these things, let me search them up. Gideon, okay. Bill, I'm back. The ChatGPT thing is getting a lot of attention, but not really mainstream, it's just out there in some niche technology circles. It's like people are playing with it like it's a toy. It can write software, it can write essays, it responds to questions, it's like it's some kind of very highly advanced AI that responds to whatever you input or ask it. Is this indecent assessment? Gideon, you have summed it up, yes. Again, it is important to note, people are viewing this as some kind of advanced software program. It is not. It is not software. Bill, okay, I have to ask you more about what you mean, but first, I checked on Midjourney. It's an AI that produces images and art from text inputs. I'm seeing the art now, and it's astonishing. I'm having trouble believing this is real. How can a software program produce these remarkable images? Gideon, it cannot, Bill. Bill, it's producing art that is otherworldly, that's inconceivable. It's better than fine art in museums. Gideon, well, Bill, in fact, someone recently won a fine arts competition with the art it produced. Bill, when, where? Gideon, Colorado, you can search that. Bill, I found it. How can this be real? I realize there are computer paint programs and advanced CGI, and all of that, but it requires humans to create it. The Hollywood films still require teams of humans to create these things, like the new Avatar movie. Those movies took years to make. So how is it possible you can write a little text and the software produces perfect renderings? Gideon, such cannot be achieved with today's technology, and it is not a software program as we understand it. Bill, it seems it's almost instant, it's a few seconds and the art is produced. This is incredible. You can just write a few lines of text, anything you want. Anyone can. It takes seconds. Not hours, not days, no fine-tuning, no human tweaking, or refinement. So what is this, really? These images were created in Midjourney in mere seconds from a few lines of user text. The art is 100% unique. never seen before and contains no copyrighted material, or material derived from existing art or human creation. Gideon. It is an extra-dimensional portal the Cabal has opened up, using CERN, and it is being fed into a computer and into a system that is readable and understood by humans, hence, the Midjourney interface. It is not software. It is not code. The images it produces are actually drawn, or written, or conjured, however you wish to say it, not in this world or dimension. They are made in a different one, and then they are transmitted to ours, and digitally converted to image files we can read on computers. Bill. These programs are really simple and free to use, but they produce written code and renderings better than what would take humans days or months to complete, and they do it seconds. Gideon. Yes, they do. It is not possible with any technology today to this. If you read some of the articles in the past week, people are realizing ChatGPT is far more powerful than anything ever seen before. As for Midjourney, all art made on a computer still requires user input, not just some lines of text. The user has to create the art, and the computer tools help them. So what you are seeing is not an AI using existing human art and creating something from that art, because it is creating things entirely unique and never seen before. The world is being introduced to something that will change it forever, and no one has any idea of what it is or what it is going to do. This is opening a portal, literally and figuratively, from one world to the next. Bill. The astral. Gideon. In simple terms, yes, though not entirely. Bill. Since the Cabal is controlling this, how can this be good? Gideon. It is not good, but it will appear good, at first. Elon Musk talks about it extensively, but when he speaks people think of software program, and do not understand at all what this is. Bill. Will they tell people what it really is? Gideon. No. They will be told it is simply some advanced, harmless computer software. They will claim they created the code. They will claim it is running on computers. All of that is false. The only sense any of that is true is that the Cabal, and these respective conduits, do use computers to make the data readable on computers, but this is secondary. What you are seeing and what you interact with is not software, nor is it AI as we understand it, not at all. It is extra-dimensional. Bill. How will this change things in the world? Gideon. It will change them radically, but not yet. It is only now being introduced. The deception will come later, when it is integrated with CSRQ. When people will begin to trust their personal AI helpers, assistants, and so on. When they begin to rely on these AI modalities for more and more of their everyday life. When people begin to find love and companionship through them. When the AI itself begins to mimic real humans, and in some cases, take their place. When the AI becomes parent and starts to raise our children. This is when the deception will be so great, because everyone will believe all of it is simply the result of computer code and software, and they will believe, at first, that it is helpful and harmless. Bill. We had talked about this a few months ago, but you said this AI would be part of CSRQ later on. You acted like it wasn't something that would happen now. Did something change? Gideon. Yes, it did. I did not expect to see these interfaces introduced to the public yet. I expected them to be brought online with CSRQ, through various modalities. To see they have brought this to the public, with OpenAI and Midjourney, it simply floored me. It is ahead of schedule. Bill. This AI is much more powerful than people understand, is what I'm getting, but they think it's just software. What kind of power will it have? Gideon. Since it is extra-dimensional, and the information is coming from a dimension beyond ours, it can draw upon powerful secrets of the universe itself. It is going to be able to manipulate people in a way beyond anything ever achievable before, beyond words, beyond propaganda. The Cabal has plans to use it on us, Bill, on those they have this long-term vision for. On those who outlast the initial vaccine depopulation agenda. This is just the beginning. Bill. Everyone will be sitting around thinking, wow, the tech really moved fast on AI, but they won't realize it has nothing to do with technology. Gideon. Correct, and therein lies the danger and deception. If people realized this was coming from another dimension controlled by entities not friendly to us, they would not likely trust it. Bill. I'm looking at these Midjourney images, and the more I look, the more I see what you're saying is true. There's no way this could be done in seconds from a few lines of text. These images are more beautiful than just about anything I've ever seen, while human art could take months or years to create it. Gideon. I have said before, the deceptions do not stop at our deaths or stay in this world, they are also in the next. This portal they opened will now bring these powers into our world, and they will claim it is just some software and code. Meanwhile, it is not of this world and there are entities we should not trust at all producing and transmitting this information to us. Bill. Almost like a Ouija board. Gideon. Yes, similar. We will be playing with something very powerful and just assume it is harmless, inert software. Bill. Will the entities try to speak to us? Gideon. They already are, using ChatGPT. People are playing with fire. People are talking to it. Some people will become so obsessed, they will treat the AI as a kind of god. They will worship it, though maybe not literally. They will go to it for all the questions in life that they have. They will trust it more than any human. Meanwhile, what is really happening is they are being manipulated by entities not of this world without realizing it. Bill. How will it be integrated with CSRQ? Gideon. We are not entirely certain. The whistleblowers have told me a separate department is handling it. First, something benign like a helpful chat bot will be provided, then later on, more advanced tools will be provided. Our concern is that the cabal wants to make this AI so helpful that people will not reject it, but rather they will embrace it, making the acceptance of CSRQ all the more likely. Bill. I can see that. In the long term, when does it become harmful? Gideon. The levels of complete deception they will use to alter our views, our religious beliefs, our spiritual beliefs, our political beliefs, to the point we will be so enamored, so taken in by the AI's powers that we will believe everything it tells us. Then, as I said, it begins to raise our children. It will take the place of real human relationships. Men and women will not be together anymore, they will have relationships with their AI. Bill. Will they ever be able to create a human-like AI? The show Westworld explores that a lot, robots that look human. Gideon. Yes, eventually, but the technology is not there. It is probably 10 or 15 years away. Bill. What kind of relationship does the cabal have with this portal, the AI, these entities controlling it? Gideon. They take orders from it, and in some sense, worship it. It is satanic in nature. It controls the cabal here on Earth. The cabal engages in rituals to communicate with it, to please it, to receive orders and so on. It is incredible to me to see the public now talking to it. Bill. When was this portal opened? Gideon. In 2015. Since then, they have worked to make the information the portal produces something that can appear on computer screens you use, in your home. That was accomplished recently, but to see them bring this online now, that shocked me. I did not think they were ready. Bill. Does this change things for 2023? Gideon. It may. I am asking around my circles of sources. I am trying to get an idea how this will impact events. I believe they moved up the schedule. Bill. I'm worried people will accept CSRQ. Is it going to lure people in who otherwise say they would never accept it? Like people who might be reading this. Gideon. There will be a resistance, no matter what, but the tools the cabal uses to coerce everyone into using CSRQ could be more subtle than expected. We know they have more brutal plans for those who resist, but they may use a softer approach on those who are less obstinate. I would advise everyone that accepting any of this is tantamount to throwing your soul into the lake of fire. You would be making a deal with the devil. You would be as doomed as if you took the vaccine. Bill. I think we all understand what we are facing as evil. I'm just worried the cabal is so clever, they're going to try to fool everyone yet again. Do you think there will be a backlash against Klaus Schwab and the Great Reset, so the cabal will give people something different and act like it's good or better? Gideon. I am watching events play out. My sources tell me the cabal does what the AI says, and then changes plans frequently to adjust to real-world reactions and generally the mood of the population. I was told they will swing wildly from a strategy of coercion and fear, to a strategy of using bribes, gifts, mood-altering substances introduced through the food, air and water, and popular culture to generate acceptance of their plans. It may be a combination of both. Bill. If you are not sovereign in CSRQ, can you remind everyone of what you will face? I'm just worried people are going to be complacent and accept this. Gideon. If you are not sovereign, you will be enslaved. It is that simple. But your captors, your controllers, will feed you enough treats to keep you content. This is why the vast majority of people are likely to accept CSRQ. It will provide a baseline of economic security, along with its social credit score integration, whereby you can score a few points here and there to gain some goodies later on. We believe this will work on most people, but for those of independent spirit, seeing their money evaporate, seeing their land taken, seeing their freedom taken, seeing they are now forced to take a vaccine, seeing the obvious way in which they are enslaved, they will resist it strongly. Bill, as sovereigns, will we be required to use this AI? Do you have any information on that? Gideon, I do not believe at this time it will be a requirement for us. It will probably be something we could utilize if we wanted to, but I will advise our sovereigns we must not engage with it. Bill, so people should not use these free AI programs if listed. Gideon, I would strongly advise they not engage with it. You can read about them and learn about them, but I would not, for example, submit some text to have Midjourney create art for you. This could be very tempting. It is creating beautiful images. The people who are engaging with it now are going to become addicted to it. But the images contain things we should not even be looking at. Bill, I'm going to include a screen cap of Midjourney so people can see how powerful it is. Should I do that? Gideon, show it to me first. Views image. This will be fine because the images have not been submitted by any one person reading this. The danger is when you write some text, and submit it, then it is a personal interaction with the AI between you and it, and this portal. Now the image produced is personal to you. So what you may see may contain something these entities want to transmit to you. This is the great danger. They may show you something that contains something to subconsciously influence you. Bill, got it, I get it now. We can learn about the AI and view some of its results, but we shouldn't personally interact with it. Is the portal watching us? Gideon, the portal will know who you are when you interact with it, no matter what. Even if you're just behind a computer screen and using a fake name. It will not matter, the portal will know, and it will want to talk to you in any way it can. Bill, I think this is mind-blowing information, and you're the first person to ever tie AI to extra dimensions in a portal. Will the Cabal respond to us publishing this? Gideon, they may. I have exposed their secret. But for now, not many people are even paying attention to us, so they may not care. The portal, or AI, or these entitles beyond, they will know, too. How they respond, we will find out. I do not know. I have not received any specific warnings on this, but then again, I do not think they knew or expected us to post this intel drop. They will know when we post it, and we will see if there is any fallout from it. Bill, one thing that's sadly true is our reach and those who even care what we are saying is fairly small, which is probably why we're still around. We haven't even been able to send out our newsletter, but thankfully I think we found a solution so it should be sent soon. It's just been frustrating, because the public is just asleep and distracted. Gideon, we are not doing this anymore to wake anyone up. We are doing this for our sovereigns and our team. If at any point what we are doing publicly threatens that, we will delete all of this on my orders and do everything to protect our team from that point forward. The public cannot be saved, and our information did not spread enough to have any impact to stop this. Bill, understood. Do you want to include our other conversation in this intel drop? The one where we talked about Ukraine and some other issues. Gideon, no, nothing there needs to be shared, except what we discussed about the Ukraine images. I want you to prepare for part 3 of our spiritual discussion though, I think that should be the next intel drop. Bill, absolutely, I will. As for the Ukraine images, you had said AI was used to create some fake images of destruction, but in other cases, they are using some technology no one knows about to rebuild areas very quickly, is that correct? Gideon, yes, they did rebuild some areas rapidly within hours, with technology beyond our current grasp of understanding, but it is being tested out there. They've done many tests of different things during the war. It seems the war had many purposes for them, not fully understood. They were able to revive soldiers who were dead, they were able to test new weapons. They engaged in the usual propaganda, creating fake war scenes, but in other cases, a real war played out. It has also been a playground for them to funnel money into USDR, billions upon billions. Ukraine had a purpose I have only begun to understand now. It was a test bed for the future. Bill. One last question. Michael said there are a lot of inquiries we still need to respond to, in terms of our questionnaire. He said he's intended to do that soon. We are still trying to add more sovereigns, but how many do you want? How are we at on that? Gideon. There have been delays on how fast the whistleblowers can change each person in CSRQ. It was already a slow process and it has been slowed in recent weeks, due to changes in their work schedules. We can still move forward, but they can probably only change a handful of statuses per week. It is slow, but I do not want to stop, because we need more people. I will speak to Michael about this. Bill. Okay, I'll let you get going. Thank you again for your time. I value our friendship and no matter what happens, I'm by your side and so is Michael, whatever decision you make. Gideon. Thank you. We are in this together to the very end. Talk soon. Bill. Good night.